I've definitely been making a lot of decisions lately to kind of stay away from certain spaces. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Just kind of remembering to do what I'm supposed to do, to not waste time with other people who waste a lot of time. I think that's incredibly important to remember and to do. I think a lot of us are, we're out here not growing up. It says in Corinthians, it says, "When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know just as also I am known. And now abide faith, love, hope, and these three, but the greatest of these is love." A lot of people miss out on what love really is. Love isn't a feeling. Love isn't all the mushy stuff. Love is doing the right thing. Love is moving forward in truth. It's living a life of truth. It's being true to yourself. It's being a genuine person. So many people miss out on this. So many people miss the point. You're so busy being distracted. You're so busy not even understanding who you are or what you are meant for, but getting caught up in the distractions of the spirit of the spirit of the age that wants you to be comfortable, greedy, and not see to the needs of others and not be what you're supposed to be, not to speak the truth in love, but to accept some empty substitute that is nowhere near the same. So what can we do? How do we how do we get away from that? Well, by learning what the truth is. The truth is Jesus Christ. He spoke the truth always. He did not waste his time with meaningless things. So many of us do. So many of us are trying to cope with things we can't even understand or see. And we don't realize that what we are trying to compensate against, what we are trying to war against, is the spirit of the age. And by trying to cope with it, we fall right into it. We stop paying attention to what we do. We give up our self control and we get lulled into a false sense of security and we forget who we were. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing that so many fall into this trap in the current age that people forget who they are. It's a sad thing that we take a cheap facsimile of grace, love, truth. We give those things up for what? For a temporary satisfaction so we can pay the price later? Remember, I think there's let me look it up. I think there's a verse that we read about Lazarus. Is that Lazarus and the rich man? The story is a parable. It's out of Luke. It says there was a rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day. At his gate was laid a beggar named Lazarus, covered with sores, and longing to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his sores. The time came when the beggar died, and the angels carried him to Abraham's side, into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. In Hades, where he was in torment, he looked up and saw Abraham far away with Lazarus by his side. So he called to him, "Father Abraham, have pity on me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire." He still felt he had some hold over Lazarus, one who he never cared to meet the needs of that man, that poor suffering man. But Abraham replies, "Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, while Lazarus received the bad things. Now he is comforted here, and you are in agony. Besides all this, between us and you, a great chasm has been set in place, so that those who want to go from here to you cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us. He answered, Then I beg your father, send Lazarus to my family, for I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them, so that they will not also come to this place of torment. Abraham replied, They have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them. No, Father Abraham, he said, but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent. He said to them, If they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead. If you spend your whole life pretending the truth isn't true, what do you think will happen at the end? You can only be willfully ignorant until you're dead, and then the truth is unfolded in front of you finally. You finally have to face the reality. Why not face the reality in this life now? Why not speak truth? Why not do the right thing? Why not man up and do the right thing? Virtue is way easier than the easy path. Trust me, because one is temporary. When it comes to the results, one is, the journey there is temporary, but you will reap the results forever. You will reap them forever. And I'll leave it there.